So just a couple of minutes until our Year 5 girls race, which is 2.4 kilometres long, gets underway. You can just see the names of some of the athletes going across the bottom of the screen there. Lots of them in this. I think there's 154 athletes.
Yeah, great to see, like we said earlier, great to see that the field size is growing as the year groups get older, which is really, it's unusual, but it's absolutely fantastic to see.
And of course, the previous winner in last year's Year 4 girls competition was Bleu Bailey. I'm not sure if she's competing today, but I think she might be. She is competing. She's number 830 for Staffordshire Moorlands AC. So good to see people returning to this competition.
Yeah, absolutely. If you put on a good event, people come back, and that's exactly what we aim to do. So great to see that Bleu Bailey has come back, and definitely one to watch for this race. So keep an eye out for her, and anyone else that seems to be storming ahead at the front.
She's having a really good season as well. Just looking at some of her results, she was 11th at the Liverpool Cross Challenge meet for her age group, so that's a very impressive occasion there. A great course in Sefton Park, obviously where the SIAB championships are today.
Yeah, that's a great race, and one that a lot of these athletes will aspire to compete in one day. Just looking at the notes, we have got some athletes really, really high up, so it's going to be an exciting race this. We've got Bleu Bailey, obviously last year's winner. We have Ronnie Coring, who's run a 19:45 park run, so that's a really, really quick time, and was 12th at the Liverpool Cross Challenge, so a very fast park run, and just one place behind Bleu Bailey. So it's going to be a really, really exciting race, so make sure you get out on the course and tune into the live stream, because it's going to be fantastic to watch.
And as you said, just a second, one place and 1 second between them at Liverpool. So if we have racing like that today, it could be a really, really great race. So hopefully we have cameras at the finish line at the ready, because this could be spectacular.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's exactly what we want to see. If we can get the sport being this exciting, no wonder it's going to grow. People are going to want to watch this and tune in. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. So yeah, make sure you're out on the course, and make sure you get yourself down to the finish, because this is going to be absolutely brilliant.
But it does look like they're ready. The hand goes up with the gun, and off they go. So the Year 5 girls National Primary Schools cross country is underway. We can see a very, very fast start, as you predicted, Rosie, going on here.
Yeah, it was always going to happen with a field like that, and the competitiveness that we discussed earlier. It was always going to be a quick start, and it is great to see. It's exactly what we want from cross-country racing. It makes it so exciting, and in a field like this, it's just going to be top-tier racing.
And as cross-country is all about racing and not about time like the track sometimes can be, it really is a case of get to the front and try and stay there for some of these athletes. And it is just every man for themselves, or every girl for themselves in this instance.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think probably one of the best bits of advice I could give these athletes would be take your watch off. I don't know how many of these Year 5s are running with watches at the minute, but yeah, take your watch off, enjoy it, and just run to the people around you, and run to the pace of the race. Don't worry about how fast you're going, how slow you're going. Just compete as the race dictates, and do what you need to do.
And I believe the person in the lead there is Madison Kindler of Brentwood Beagles. She's got a 21:31 parkrun time, set quite recently. But there's a lot of runners in and around her there. You can see another Wolves and Bilson athlete in that little group. But there's still quite a big pack in contention there, which is what you want to see. You don't want it to all go away too quickly. It'll be interesting to see how Madison can get on.
If you are fit enough to get yourself on that start line, you're fit enough to give it absolutely everything. And when you give it everything, you just don't know what's going to happen. So yeah, never write it off, and never expect a certain result, because you just don't know what's going to happen. And this could be a fantastic run from Madison.
I'm not sure who that athlete is in the white there, but she seems to be moving through the field at a rapid pace, moving through at least 2 or 3 athletes there. So very good to see that tactic being deployed. Rosie, do you want to explain how that works for those people who may not be familiar with cross-country racing? Yeah,
so often we will see a breakaway athlete like we've seen with Madison, but we'll also see some athletes like this athlete that we're focusing on now. We'll try and get her number for you as soon as we can. But often an athlete will sit in and will allow the race to kind of just play out a little bit, and when they become familiar with what's going to happen, they'll kick on, they'll start to push on.
The far point of the course here, really good to see the strength and depth of the field, but it does look like Madison is still just about holding on from that little pack behind her. Quite a big pack. I'd say about 6 or 7 athletes still in contention there, all battling towards the front. Would be interesting to see if Bleu Bailey or Ronnie Coring are in there, as we mentioned before the race.
English Schools is an absolute, it is the host of talent. It's absolute pinnacle for school athletics, and it will be a fantastic event for these athletes to compete in years to come.
I was lucky to be there last weekend in a very, very wet Nottingham. Inez Fitzgerald winning the inter-girls race. She's a very top talent at the moment. I'm expecting her to go all the way through the ranks and into the senior category. But it does still look like Madison is in the lead of the race as they come around the far field. This is quite a varied course with a little section of woodland, some hills, some flat, a bit of everything in there.
Yeah, and we have got an athlete now starting to close in on Madison a little bit, so this, like we said, could be a really, really exciting finish, especially if Madison does her best to hold her off. Looking like for the time being there's no response, but we don't know exactly what's going to come out yet as they pass point E out on the course.
It is worth noting Madison's style there. Very nice to see her representing the club to its full with the long socks and the red and blue armbands that match her vest. Something we've become accustomed to at university, of people painting faces and the likes at competitions.
Oh yeah, and I mean when you get to the Bucks University, the Bucks cross country for the universities, that is just a fantastic atmosphere to be a part of. The face paint, the chanting, it is a great day. But that does happen to be Bleu Bailey that has just come into the lead. So like we said, she's one to watch, and she's come into the lead looking like she could well hold on to win her second title here in a row.
As we mentioned, Madison Kindler's 21:31 park run compared to Bleu Bailey's 21:05. Obviously that doesn't mean a lot because courses are different, it's not uniform, well, even distance sometimes. But if that's anything to go off, this is probably the result we expected. But Bleu Bailey, looking behind her, perhaps a bit worried that Madison Kindler could stage an attack on her in the late stages of this race.
Yeah, potentially Blue might not be feeling quite as strong as she's looking. We don't know exactly what's going on with her. Like, she's looking fantastic, and that move that she's made to overtake Madison and to form a bit of a gap is a really, really strong one. But that look behind suggests that maybe she's just not quite got the full confidence just yet, but you never know.
Potentially as well, being such late season, you could have a little aspect of fatigue in there, too much training, needing a break, ready for the track season. Perhaps that's coming into effect for Bailey today.
This race here for the national primary schools in year 7, you have the SIAT, all these big races come right at the end, and often you find yourself racing more than you're training, and that can be really, really tough. It's really, really draining for the athletes, and as much as they enjoy it, they often find they might pick up small injuries or little bits of illness at the end of the race.
But we did just get a glimpse there of Bleu Bailey coming through to take the win. So Bleu Bailey is the National Year 5 Girls Primary School Champion. Huge congratulations to her for retaining her title that she won last year here.
Yeah, it's really great to see. Like we said before the race, we expected a good race out of this, and we expected to see Blue right up there, so fantastic to see her, and also fantastic to see these athletes coming through. They're all looking so, so strong, and these athletes are going to be the ones that carry the sport in the future.
And it bodes well for her, particularly having such fond memories of Press World, moving up towards the inter-counties age groups. I believe it starts under 13, so she's just a couple of years away if she's not already there. So she's looking forward to racing this course every single season now. So if she's already got 2 wins here, she's ahead of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. The better you know this course, the better you know how to race it, so that only bodes well for Bleu Bailey. And it gives her a real step forward in her junior athletic career, really. The Intercounties is a fantastic race. It's a huge opportunity, and this, like we said, is a real stepping stone towards it.
And we've just got a little replay there of Bleu Bailey going across the finish line, looking really strong actually. She probably could have done it again by the look of things.
Yeah, I'm sure she probably could have done. We say about the fatigue at the end of the season, but Bleu Bailey's clearly prioritised this race, and her prep's been good, and she's ready for it. Physiological perspectives as well as just the straight out distance, well, difference if you like. But it's so good, it brings some endurance qualities for.
So then we've got some presentations for the Year 5s, Year 6s and Year 7s to get underway with. So we'll start off with the Year 5 girls. Year 5 girls, National Primary Schools Champion, Bleu Bailey. So congratulations to all our medalists and everyone competed in the Year 5 girls competition. Could we have the 3 medalists back on the stage for a quick photo?